George passes to Johnson. Hill dishes to Chalmers. The three-pointer, no good. Miami trailing. Here's Garnett. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. On the wing, Johnson shoots the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And that's now 7 points for Johnson.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel. So far in the game for Jay, he already has 9 points and 2 rebounds.
And boy, he's doing it from long range. He's hitting inside the arc as well.
And that allows him to put real pressure on the defense by stretching it out to the three-point line, but also forcing them to have to respect him inside the arc as well.
Chalmers against Garnett. And the layup's good off the glass.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Passes it to Spates. And Roberson kicks to Dang. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Roberson the pass to Garnett. Feeds it to Stoudemire. Just free to shoot.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Indiana?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important.
Johnson sends the screen for Chalmers. Shoots from 12. Miami grabs the miss. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. The pass to Johnson. The feed to Chalmers. Hill, a screen on Garnett. And Chalmers kicks to Johnson. No coverage that time. Johnson's got 9.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Garnett with another miss. And Indiana shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. Chalmers dishes to George. Johnson the screen, and George kicks to Chalmers. Johnson wide open, he fires. Good, it's Chalmers with the assist that time.
This shot is looking really good here in the first.
Everything is falling. 5 of 5 to start.
Give it up for your Heat dancers. And a round of applause fans, your Heat dancers.
The Heat trail by 4. Garnett up top, defended by Chalmers. Spates with a screen on George. Spates sets a screen. Here's Garnett. Bangs home the trifecta. Garnett's got 18 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And Chalmers kicks to George. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He's already up to 12 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today. And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
And the basket by Chalmers.
Assisted by Paul George.
Miami's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, the Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. First one falls for him. And so he hits both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Indiana leading. Johnson kicks to Chalmers. Dang against George. It's stolen by Dang. And they're on the break. Here's Garnett. Oh. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Down low. Spates with the block.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked about their great fan support in Toronto. A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
On the court for Indiana, George Hill out there with Chalmers. Then it's Turner. Then it's Paul George. And it's Westbrook in at the 4. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He finished with an incredible amount of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
And it's a super first half for him at the free throw line.
Yeah, he's been his best up there. He's got the confident stroke going today. And, fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
Over in the corner, Turner. Outside, George. 4 on the clock. Shoots the 3. And it's Wade with the rebound.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And the Heat lead by 10.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Chalmers against Wade. There's the screen. George sets a screen for Chalmers. And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Paul George.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, have the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, backbreaking run, really exposing the weaknesses in their defense.
And O'Quinn kicks to Hill. And good on the basket. Book it.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
The better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
And here's Chalmers from the arc. Miami grabs the miss. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
Now, let's take a quick look at the numbers for a replay.
Substitution on the court.
Pacers trail by 13, and the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Johnson, the pass to Hill. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Garnett. And it's Miami with another.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Hill against Garnett. Hill drives in. The 3 from Johnson. The shot will not go. Now the Heat take it the other way.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Garnett against Hill. Pick up by Hill. Hill kicks to Hill. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
The Heat have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
You know, in the first, I thought he did a really good job of putting pressure on the defense and creating opportunities at the foul line for himself. Not as much here in the second.
Pacers trail by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
It's stolen by Dang. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Miami leading by 15. Out left to the wing. Stoudemire dishes to Garnett. And the shot is good. Garnett's got 48.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Johnson outside. Hill against Garnett. Short. Dang grabs the miss.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's going wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh? It's stolen by Dang. It'll count. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here. But no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half.